Madam, I implore you, take care. If Mr. Buchanan learns you've been snooping through his papers, he will be, in his eloquent phrase, spittin' mad.
Well, he is not going to find out I've been snooping because you're not going to tell him. Isn't that right?
Oh, heaven forbid.
Well, good. Stop distracting me. I'm running out of time. Ace's meeting isn't going to last much longer, and I know he did not go to Ireland to buy me a castle. He's definitely up to something. Atlantis. What's Atlantis?
The lost continent referred to by Plato, perhaps mythical, a utopian society that disappeared after a massive earthquake. It lies beneath the sea.
Well, the phones there are obviously still working because this Atlantis has an overseas listing. This could be exactly what I've been looking for.
I told you to put this with a mail, woman. The stupid maid doesn't know which end is up, but...
A little bit of fresh orange juice, huh?
Thank you.
And don't forget to tip.
Oh, yeah, right. Thanks.
So, how was school today?
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, Jessica didn't show up, though. It's probably because of her mom.
Did I ask you about Jessica? What, was it a half a day?
Yeah, well, unless you're in the student government. You know, she said she was going to meet me here, man. I don't know where she is, but...
But maybe she couldn't make it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's good.
Marty, are you sure there's nothing wrong? Nothing wrong, really. Just, something happened.
With Dylan?
No, everything's perfect with Dylan. In fact, it sometimes scares me how close I came to losing everything I had with him.
Okay, so if it has nothing to do with Dylan... never mind. None of my business. Look, if you need any help with anything, just ask, okay?
Actually, there is something. When you were a cop, did you ever have anything to do with, an extradition case?
Extradition? Marty, what is this about?
Inspector Bass, I don't appreciate having to give up lunch with my wife, so you can tell me how eager you are to have Patrick Thornhart extradited back to Ireland.
And I do apologize, Commissioner, but surely you must understand that the Irish Special Branch would not be involved in this if it wasn't a matter of national security.
Yes, well, I'm going to have to get my facts straight first. First, I'm going to have to question Thornhart, and there's some legal matters that have to be dealt with.
Commissioner. Believe me, the last thing you want to do is to question Patrick Thornhart. The man is a pathological liar. Now, I tell you what I'll do. Why don't I arrange it so that you will receive a copy of the formal charges against this man? Now, I'm sure that such a small town as Landview doesn't need the expense of an international criminal case. And the Special Branch can save you a great deal of trouble if you hand Thornhart over to us quickly.
Why are you in such a hurry to nail this guy?
Visitor. Maggie.
Hi. I just wanted to bring you these clothes and see if you were okay.
Well, actually, I'm not. What did you say to Margaret Saybrook? I wanted her to stay away from me.
Just what you told me to tell her, which was you're turning yourself in and not to mention the song. Why? What's going on?
Margaret came here.
Oh boy. You think that puts her in more danger?
Yeah, I know it does.
Patrick, what? Just tell me what it is. I'll get you some help.
Well, there's no help in this, Maggie. I had to say things to Margaret to hurt her. Just, you know, to keep her away from me. I had to tell her that she was just somebody that was convenient, that I used her.
Oh, boy.
Now, all I can hope is that she believed me. And that she'll just forget that I ever existed.
Except that's not really what you want. Is it?
Antonio, come on, man. Why are you always coming down on Jessica? Why? You said she was nice.
And she is. Look, I know you like her, and you're worried about her because of her mom. But you can't get all wrapped up in some girl and still get good grades.
What? What is she gonna do, fry my brains or something? I get all A's, and you know that.
Yeah, and you gotta keep them coming because you're gonna need a scholarship, Boquito. All right, look, you designed that angel statue that they're gonna put up in the square. What if you didn't have enough time, huh? What if you didn't have enough time to design that, huh? Because of some girl?
Some girl? Jessica was the only reason why I even did it. She was the one who helped me raise the money to put it up. What about that? What about that?
You're not gonna listen, are you?
I am listening. You're telling me to stay on top of my grades, and I will. Thank you.
So, when are they gonna put the statue up?
It's already here. I don't know. They said they can't move it for a while.
And how come?
It's in some warehouse by the docks. They say they can't move it till the first of the year.
Great. Hey, but hey, it's still gonna be a great Christmas. I mean, it's the first time I've been home in 6 years. Mom's been getting ready to cook for I don't know how long. I thought I'd help her with el lechon.
Why are you interested in extradition? Do you know somebody who's being deported or something? It's not really something. It's, I don't want to get you involved in my problem. No, hey, you got involved in mine. Come on. You posted bail when I got arrested. Remember? You believed in me. I can't forget that. Come on, Marty. Just tell me what is going on. It's just really complicated, and you're a good friend of Dylan's, and...
So it does have something to do with Dylan.
In a way, but it...
Marty, look. Anything you say here stays here, okay?
Okay, thanks, because I really need to talk about it. Well, when I was in Ireland, I met a man named Patrick Thornhart.
You're a bit too sharp for your own good there, Maggie Carpenter.
I am I?
Yeah. Like my third-grade teacher, Sister Paul. She'd look into my eyes, and I swear she'd see right into my brain.
You gotta be careful of those nun types, Patrick. But you know something? It doesn't take X-ray vision to see how you feel about Marty. And you risked your life to come here. It must have been tough telling her that you were just using her.
Never had a harder time of it. God, if you'd only could have seen the hurt in her eyes, Maggie. But I had no choice. Margaret just knows too much. And the only way I knew how to keep her staying clear of this was to convince her that she means nothing to me.
Just out of curiosity, Patrick, why do you call her Margaret? All her friends seem to call her Marty.
Marty. Marty. This doesn't sound right to my ear. You know, when I first met her, she looked like an angel. That's what I called her. And now I'm sure she believes that I'm the devil himself.
Well, what you're gonna do is when you get out of here, you're gonna go tell her the truth. Patrick, it's not too late. Even if she is engaged to someone else.
I wish I could believe that, Maggie. But for now, I gotta concentrate on just making sure I don't get extradited to Ireland.
Bo Buchanan.
Yes.
You wouldn't be any relation to Asa Buchanan by any chance, would you? The oil tycoon?
Yes, he's my father.
Really? Well, I've read about him. Obviously, you don't need to be a police commissioner to earn your living.
No, I took this job because I wanted to make a difference. Sometimes I have to remind myself of that.
Sounds like the same reason I wound up in the special branch. Obviously, we see eye to eye when it comes to criminals, eh?
Probably.
Now, you've got to remember, Thornhart killed 2 people. His girlfriend and an inspector in my division.
I know I read the report. I always hate to hear about a cop getting killed. It's like community's last chance at staying safe has just been cut down.
And the barbarians are at the gates. Now, why don't we go to the station house? You turn Thornhart over to me, and I'll take care of all the paperwork from Ireland. Quick and easy.
And illegal. See, when somebody is in my custody, I'm responsible for them. Now, I know that I'm just a small-town commissioner to you, but I'm going to make sure that this is done right. So the first thing I'm going to do is interview Thornhart, then I'm going to contact our FBI, and then I'll know my next move. Excuse me.
No, Alex. I slept very well. Sometimes I'm grumpy, because I want to be grumpy.
I'll return to my duties, sir. Madam?
Seeing you in my study, does that mean your headache is getting a little better?
No, I'm afraid it's not. It's not getting any better since my husband is still keeping secrets from me.
Alex, I told you 1,000 times. I have no secrets. I am working on a deal. Now, I've got things to do, and you, my friend, you have a city to run. So why don't we concentrate on the things we do best, all right?
You're right, darling. You know, let's face it, you're always right. The last thing I want to do is pry into your private business affairs. And I certainly don't want to do anything to spoil our beautiful, beautiful Christmas together.
Oh, honey. No, this is more like it. Oh, the headache all gone?
Oh, it seems like my sinuses have completely...
No, not now, Nigel. No.
I detest interruptions myself, sir. But Madam's press conference, you'll have to hurry.
I almost forgot. But, darling, I will be home early tonight. I promise you that. I'm going to prove to you just how much I've missed you.
Nigel, I know why she was in my study.
You do, sir?
Yep. She was snooping. See if she could find what I bought her for Christmas. Here. Pick out the most expensive bit of jewelry in that catalog.
Something to keep headaches away?
So, my mom's still in the hospital until they have this hearing or something.
I'm really sorry about that, Jess.
Thanks. I just keep saying it's my Christmas wish, you know? That they'll let her come home. At least for that one day.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it happens. I really do. You know what my wish was? To have the statue up in Angel Square by now, but it's in some warehouse, and they say they can't move it until the 1st of the new year. I mean, that's what they said. I don't know.
Oh, that's so terrible.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? My brother's gonna, for the first time in 6 years, he's gonna spend Christmas with us. And I guess that's not so bad.
Yeah, I guess so. My mom may not be able to come home for Christmas, but at least she has good doctors there and everything, you know?
Jess, does your mom still say that she, you know...
Killed my grandfather? Yeah. He did horrible things to her. I mean, that's what made her fall apart the way she did when she was a little girl. I just can't stand to think that she's there all alone, you know?
I know. Hey, do you believe in Christmas miracles? Good, so do I. You know, maybe they could still happen. You know, just wishes do come true sometimes.
Hey, Christian, Jessica.
Hey.
How you doing? Listen, I forgot to tell you, I talked to a couple of my buddies in the Merchant Marine about your statue, and they said they'd see if they could call in a few favors and maybe get this thing moving.
Really? Yeah. See, that's great. Thanks, man.
I'm not making any promises here, but you keep your fingers crossed, all right?
All right, man. Thanks.
So, Antonio, got a favor to ask you.
What is it?
Well, I've got this humongous tree that somebody donated to the community center, and I've talked about 14 businesses into donating some food, and
Wait, you want a contribution from me? I haven't even gotten my first paycheck yet.
No, I'm not gonna put the squeeze on you, money-wise anyway, but I do need your help.
For what?
Well, I'd like you to come down to the Christmas party at the community center.
Me?
Yeah. I mean, ever since my sister was killed, things have been changing around here a lot. And you had a big part to play in that. I mean, you've taken the gangs and you brought them back together, and, well, I mean, people around here, they will sort of consider you a legend, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Listen, I'm serious, man. I'd like you to come to the community center for the Christmas parties. You know, keep things going in the same direction. What do you say?
I believed every word Patrick told me. I don't know how I could have been so gullible.
Some guys pitch a good line.
You know, I just gotten through telling off my Aunt Kiki. No more stealing from my trust fund, you know. I was in charge. It was my life, and I was gonna live it. And then he shows up beside me, just out of nowhere, pitching me this wild story about how these men are chasing him and how he needs me. It's a complete stranger. You would think, after everything that had happened to me in the past couple of years, you'd think I'd be scared. I wasn't.
Of course I'm scared, wouldn't you be? Chief Inspector Bass gets my friend at the embassy. And for all I know, that Chief Inspector Bass has been told about me being arrested. He may be on his way down here right now. If he gets the people to get me out of here and get me extradited, I'm a dead man.
Patrick, I'm gonna get you a lawyer, all right? Whatever it takes. They can't extradite you without a hearing, and there's a whole appeals process.
Maggie, these people only play by the rules when it suits them. I can't rely on...
Hello, Maggie.
Hi, Bo.
What are you doing down here? Do you know this man?
She knows nothing. Shouldn't even be here.
Bo, listen to me. He's telling the truth. Please believe him.
Mr. Thornhart, I'm Police Commissioner Buchanan.
I hear you're a fair man.
Well, I've been asked to extradite you back to Ireland to stand trial for 2 murders.
Who contacted you about that?
The extradition? An Inspector Bass. He arrived in Landview today.
Commissioner, I'm innocent. I didn't kill the woman I loved, Siobhan Connolly. I didn't kill Inspector Gwilligan, I swear to you.
Well, if you didn't kill them, who did?
Now, this might sound fantastical, but the real man you want is the man who came to take me back, Chief Inspector Bass. He is the one who ordered the murders.
Wait a minute. What is this terrorist organization called?
The Men of 21.
And Inspector Bass is the leader.
That I don't know, but he's definitely a high muckety-muck in the group.
Well, he's definitely a high muckety-muck in the Irish CIA, the special branch.
Yes.
The woman that was killed, that was your girlfriend?
Siobhan Connolly. Now, she was an agent with the special branch as well. And she stumbled onto this terrorist plot, an assassination plan to be carried out by the Men of 21, and they shot her. But before she died, Commissioner, she gave me a piece of sheet music. And she told me to bring it to Inspector Eamon Gwilligan on Inniscrag. I did. And then Gwilligan contacted me, told me I was in danger. But before he could explain to me how or why, he was killed as well.
Do you have any idea how crazy all this sounds?
It was all just so crazy. I should have realized. That I couldn't trust Patrick when he kept changing his story. I mean, one minute he was a physicist and the next he was a poetry professor.
Okay, wait a second. So after you helped him get away from the 2 guys who were chasing him, the 2 guys who were pretending to be cops, those 2 guys showed up again with another guy.
They took us out. They took us outside at gunpoint.
Oh, God.
I know you have no idea how scared I was.
No kidding.
Well, then they put these black hoods over our heads. And they took us to this ruin. It was like a Celtic church. And then it turns out that they were real cops, some kind of government agent or something. And they wanted to question Patrick.
What's so important about this sheet music?
The music is the code. It has to do with the assassination.
Who's going to be assassinated?
I don't know. But it's bound to be somebody important. They've murdered again and again to keep it quiet.
So you say.
All right. Inspector Gwilligan sent the music to Bass. And then, I don't know how, but he found out that Bass was actually one of them, one of the terrorists.
So then Bass had this guy killed?
Yes.
The worst part is how I got Todd involved. I, asked him to help. And that's why he's dead.
Oh, wait a second. Whoa, whoa. I thought Todd got killed in a car accident.
According to Patrick, he got shot. But then again, who knows, right? With that liar. See, it still doesn't matter. Todd wouldn't have been in Inniscrag if it hadn't been for me.
So Todd Manning was helping you escape from these guys and he was shot?
Yes. I saw it. And all that stuff about him being killed in a car accident's a total sham. Todd went outside wearing my coat, pretending to be me, and they cut him down in cold blood.
Uh-huh. And then you used his passport to get into this country?
Yes!
So after Patrick got here in this country at your place, you still believed him?
Are you kidding? I helped him. After all, you can't have the cops catching him with good old gullible Saybrook around. I'd probably still be listening to his lies if I hadn't seen his photo in an Irish newspaper and read about how he had a long history of abusing his girlfriend.
Oh, my God.
Not only did he kill her, he killed one of the government agents that was questioning us.
Oh, my God. So then you called the LPD?
No, I still didn't know who to believe. So I called the innkeeper on Inniscrag.
Right.
He told me to call the cops and get out of there.
Oh, my God.
How could I have been so stupid?
Oh, God. A lot of people get fooled, Marty.
Well, he got away before the cops got there. And then, he sent me this warning.
A warning about what?
About how It doesn't matter. See, because the end finally came, I went to see him in jail, and, you know what he told me?
What?
He told me might as well finally tell me the truth, you know? And the truth was that, I was there. I was convenient. I was gullible. He needed help. And he used me. Well, finally something I could believe.
Commissioner, you gotta believe me. You do, don't you?
Merry Christmas.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Oh, Jess, these are great.
You like them?
Like them? I love them. Are you kidding me? I mean, I never bought these because they're kind of expensive, but whoa.
Did I get the right kind?
They're perfect. They are perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. Whoa. Okay, all right. Okay, now it's your turn. All right, here we go. This is for you.
Oh, Chris, thank you.
You know, if you don't like it, I can take it back.
No,
it's not a problem.
No, it's perfect. I love it so much. Can I wear it now? Not wait for Christmas?
And why not? Sure. Give me a hand with that. Come here, put it on. Lift the hair for a second. There you go. I almost have it. I think it's gonna look great. There you go. Looks beautiful. Just like you.
You know, those two could teach folks a lot.
Yeah? About what?
About how to get along, no matter which side of town you grew up on. It's good to see kids breaking down barriers like that.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
People are always focusing on why we're different.
We are different. Different backgrounds, languages. Look, if all barriers come down, then what happens to the culture that's different? Maybe my people don't want to get swallowed up.
Okay. But you know, the community's gonna have to pull together.
Yeah, well, we may not have a community unless we stop the guns and the drugs.
So, you will go to the Christmas party, huh?
You don't quit, do you?
Nope.
Okay. How come?
Good. No, Andy's gonna be there. In fact, I think Andy's gonna be hanging around a lot at the community center from now on. In case you're interested.
Morty, are you sure there's not something else?
What do you mean?
I don't mean to pry. It just seems to me that, well, you must have been pretty connected to this guy, Patrick, for him to have swept you up like that.
Yeah, well, that's the part that's hard to talk about.
It's none of my business.
No, see, I want to explain it. It's just hard. I guess it just boils down to the fact that when I went to Ireland, I really felt that what Dylan and I had was over.
I remember that. You were really upset.
Yeah, when I got to Inniscraig and I had taken care of Aunt Kiki, I was strong, you know. And I was kind of knocking down one fear after another. Fear of being alone, fear of dealing with strangers. Even the one when I was a little kid. It's because my parents drowned and I'd always had this fear of the sea, and I even conquered that.
Because you faced your Aunt Kiki.
I'm not sure.
Maybe Patrick? Could have been him?
Oh, yeah, a little, maybe. Maybe a lot. It's like it was magical, Ireland, you know, and I was feeling these new feelings. And getting to know Patrick, you know, and it all just kind of came together. So just one night, I was feeling free. Can you understand that?
Yeah. And quite frankly, I wish I could try not to be so perfect all the time and just let go.
Yeah, it was like... It was like there was no time. There was no past. No future. Just no time. It was like a time outside of time. And then we made love. And it was all a lie. I was just another stupid woman. Convenience.
Don't let it eat you up like this.
I know, but it's amazing, isn't it? You know, you think something so special.
I know.
Wonderful. This moment that you'll never forget. And at the same time, he's sitting there going, it could be my next move. It could be my next lie. No feelings, no... nothing.
Marty, don't do this to yourself. Don't.
I can't help it. I think I'm just obsessing about it. Because I'm worried about Dylan.
Why?
Because I have to tell him.
I'll tell you the truth, Mr. Thornhart. I'm having a real hard time believing that the regional head of an Irish counterintelligence agency is really just a terrorist in disguise.
It's true.
Then there's this assassination plot by a group called the Men of 21, and they're using a piece of music to pass a coded message.
Commissioner, you gotta believe me. Every last word of it is true.
I'm gonna be blunt with you. I think maybe you've watched one too many spy movies.
No.
My wife and I, we love movies. And this all sounds like maybe a couple of Alfred Hitchcock classics just rolled into one.
Oh, for God's sake, if I were gonna make up a fantastic story, don't you think I'd steal from something better than the bloody cinema?
What's wrong with the cinema? Oh, that's right. No, you're a professor of literature, right?
Yeah, I am. So why wouldn't I use Shakespeare, Thomas Kidd, Shaw, Marlowe, the whole bloody Irish history, for God's sake? I didn't make up this tale. You've got to believe me.
Well, I kind of messed up on the hair, though.
No, Chris, it's perfect.
And I get kind of nervous when I know somebody's going to look at it right away, and yeah.
Chris, you always make me look
beautiful.
Yeah, and that's really hard to do.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I guess I'll never know how you do it so fast and make it look so good.
You know, I don't know. Sometimes it's just like I could just, you know, when I'm drawing it, I could just feel the air around whatever it is that I'm drawing. And somehow my hand just happens to fall where it's supposed to be. It's really hard to explain. I don't know. But, you know.
Yeah, well, I know you're going to be famous someday. And just think, I'll be able to say, hey, I knew him.
What? I mean, are you planning on not knowing me anytime soon, or?
No, that's not what I meant. Christian, I always want to know you.
Good, because I feel the same way about you. You want to get something to drink? Anything?
No, I better get home.
Okay, all right. You know, I'm really glad you came.
Yeah, thanks. It was really nice to get my mind off my mom, even for a little bit. But, thank you for the locket. It's beautiful. I love it. And for the sketch.
Thank you for the supplies. I mean, these things will last me till spring. Well, all right, come on. I'll take you to the bus.
Are you sure? It's kind of cold outside.
Bye.
See you.
Well, wait a second.
Morty, when I came to Landview, I was kind of jealous of you and Dylan. I know, I sensed that. But we've gotten to be really good friends, and I'm really glad for you two. I've gotten to know him pretty well, and I know all about his wife and how she slept around on him.
I know. I hurt him a lot.
Yeah, I'm just afraid that if you go and you tell him about this one night with Patrick, that he's going to be hurt all over again.
I know. I thought about that, too.
I mean, you didn't think that you were together with him. You weren't engaged or anything. You thought you had broken up. I mean, I would tell him about going to the jail cell. I'd tell him that because I think that it might hurt him if he found out from somebody else. But this other thing, I don't think that you should.
The last thing that I want to do is hurt Dylan.
I know.
But I don't know if I can carry around such a big lie. I mean, we just got engaged. I can't start a marriage with a lie.
But it's not a lie. It's just something that you have to carry the burden of yourself instead of asking him to deal with it. I mean, look, it's something in the past. I mean, you found out this guy used you. It's over. With Dylan, you've got to focus on the future.
Yeah, it's just... I'm so glad you were here.
Me too. It's okay. So, are you gonna go see Dylan now? Or...
Yeah, I think I better do this before I think too much about it.
Hey. Good luck.
Yeah. If they, extradite Patrick,
have the death penalty there?
No. They don't.
The men of 21 are gonna kill again.
Yeah, I know, the assassination plot. But who's the target, huh? If there is one.
I don't know, but I know it's gonna happen.
Now, see, my problem is that I only have your word to go on.
No. You got Gwilligan dead, you got Siobhan dead. Once they found the truth, the men of 21 killed them both, and I'm next.
You're really convinced of that, aren't you?
Oh, Commissioner, you could say I'm dead certain. Now, I value my life. Who doesn't? But I'm absolutely sure that Bass and the men of 21 are looking for somebody a lot more important than me. And it's gonna be on your head if you don't stop them.
Hello, who is this, please? Is this Atlantis?
Hey, you made it.
I hate malls.
Why?
Too much glitz and elevator music and way too many people.
It'll grow on you.
Oh, it will it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm here. So show me what to do.
Just relax. We're gonna have fun.
I didn't realize you were still home.
There are a lot of things you didn't realize, Alex. Like never, ever cross me.
I didn't.
Never. Do a thing like this again, you hear?
All right.
If I want you involved in my business, I will tell you that. If I want you to phone people you don't even know, I will tell you that too.
My God, Asa, I haven't seen you this upset
Since you went behind my back, playing games you had no business to play when I threw you out of my house. Stay out of this. Understood?
Stay out of what? What are you involved in that has to be kept such a secret?
There you go again. I said stop it.
Asa, I am your wife.
And I'm
at least
your
have
husband.
a right to ask.
And I've got a right to tell you to mind your own damn business. You hear?
Well, I hope it's nothing illegal.
Alex, for the last time you butt out. My God, a man can't even trust his own wife. In his own house.
There's nothing else to say, Commissioner. If you put my life in Chief Inspector Bass's hands, I'm a dead man. And if you don't heed my warning and find out who the men of 21 are going to assassinate, there'll be more blood on your hands. That's the long and the short of it, and there's nothing else.
No, that's not exactly true, Mr. Thornhart. There is something else. What's Marty Saybrook have to do with all this?
Dylan.
Hey, how are you?
Hey.
Can you believe all this great stuff that all the stores in Lambview donated to the Christmas party? Looks good, doesn't it? Come here, you. And guess who I talked into coming to the Christmas party?
Who?
Antonio Vega. So things are finally coming together around here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like us. Good.
Dylan, there's something I have to tell you. About Patrick Thornhart.